What's up, From Family? Welcome back to the channel. I am Big Afford Entertainment, and first and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody that pops in, checks out my videos, comes to the lives. We do theory breakdowns every Tuesday, Saturday nights at midnight. We do the watch parties, and you guys are there. I've been in a lot of communities where we do pop culture stuff. I even do real life stuff on this channel. And I actually believe that the From family is one of the best communities out there. So big ups to you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I would also appreciate if you hit that like button. And if you like the content, subscribe to the channel as well. It helps out with the algorithm. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is because in the last episode, we had a major development towards the end. Tillie has been taken away from us. And my question was, is Tillie as suspect as we thought she was? Now, before I get into my answer and tell you what I actually think, I think there's a lot of evidence in this show to actually confirm that she was. But what the show writers did, even giving us all that evidence, they killed her, right? And it's like a way to say, well, you guys think she's suspect. Well, now she's dead. Do you really think she's that suspect? I have to say, yes, I still think Tillie is as suspect as we thought she was. And I'm going to give you a few reasons why. The first reason why I think she's as suspect as I thought she was is because when they first got to the town, and if you guys remember, it was season 2, episode 1, Tillie was on the bus. And when the bus got to the town, all hell is breaking loose. Elgin started freaking out, right? He was like, oh no, we can't be here, we gotta go, which shows me that he probably had a dream of that place before, and that's why he was going so crazy, not to mention the fact that he had a seizure and threw up on Randall's shirt. But with all of that going on, Tillie was doing this. She was dancing in the rain like she was happy to be there. And for me, I think Tillie, and I go back to Lost, right? Because in Lost, Jack left the island. And when Jack left the island, he was on a bus. I'm sorry, not a bus. He was on a plane every day, every week, whatever. He kept trying to get back to the island. And I think Tillie was doing the same thing. She may have been there before and was going on these bus rides constantly to get back to this place, right? And then boom, she finally got back to the place and she started dancing in the rain. She was happy. That's my evidence for the number one thing that I think was suspect with her. Second all is now we're getting information about Fatima. Fatima is pregnant. Fatima's having a baby. Without being told, Tillie was like, oh, congratulations on the baby.
You know, the way you handled everything tonight, you're going to be a great mom.
How did you know?
Sweetie, I've had 4 kids and 7 grandchildren. I know an expecting mother when I see one.
And I was like, well, how do you know? Fatima even asked, like, how do you know? For one, Fatima was actually worried about having this baby. You know what I mean? Like, she couldn't have babies. She got pregnant and was like, I don't know if this is the town. Donna had to like convince her, of all the stuff we've seen, you can't believe in a miracle. And that's when Fatima started to come around. But in the beginning, she was worried. So that to me was kind of sus on Tillie's part again. Next up is we have the tarot cards. So Tillie decides that she wants to take her cards and read Fatima. And Fatima was against it at first, and then Tillie gave that speech. And that speech to me was sus as well.
baddie Tillie shtick is fine in most circumstances, but how dare you?
Now, hold on a second. Is that what you think of me? Kooky baddie Tillie just goofing around about something this important to you? Is that what you think of me?
I don't know. I don't know anything about you. Look, just
Now, so you don't believe. That's fine. But before you saw that tree in the road, I'll bet you didn't believe in half the stuff we see here every day and night, did you? These things played a pretty big role in my life, at a pretty critical juncture. Just wanted to share that with you.
I was just like, okay, I get it. It makes sense, you know what I mean? But then they did the reading. And then the crow decided to do the kamikaze. So the first time the crow hits the window, they have the reaction, but I think Fatima was more scared than anything. Then they put the cards out. Tillie's about to turn the card over, and that bird does a kamikaze through the window, hits a wall, and dies.
See what the cards have to say.
what was that?
And with all of that happening, Tillie was still as calm as could be. Everybody else was panicking, but it just seemed to me like things that were happening, maybe she wasn't expecting them to happening, but if she was in this town before, she knows that stuff, weird stuff happened. So that's why I think that was suspect as well. The next suspect thing for me was when Nikki was dying, right? Nikki got shot when the new people came in the ambulance and Acosta was gun happy cop over there and decided to shoot monsters that wasn't she you see, and this is where I get like, oh my God, I can't stand Acosta, and I got a video for her coming up as well, because she was shooting them and nothing was happening, but she kept continuing to shoot, and unfortunately, she shot through the window and it caught Nikki. Now, Nikki was a red shirt. I knew she was going to die because they gave her a little bit of dialogue in the episode before that, you know what I mean? And then in that episode, they gave her a little bit as well. So she was basically a red shirt. But when she's on the couch and they're trying to get the bullet out and everybody's worried, Tillie was like,
Poor girl.
Nikki's gonna be all right.
I'm not talking about Nikki. I'm talking about Fatima. That horrible bird. What if it was a sign? What's wrong?
yeah, she was worried about Fatima more than she was worried about the woman dying on the couch. If that ain't sus to you, then I don't know what is, but that was suspect, right? It seems to me like all that's on her mind is Fatima, right? Okay, I get it, right? But you haven't been in this town long enough to have a connection to Fatima. Like, if we really think about the time span that these people have been in the town from season 2 to season 3, it's been like a week, it's been like a month. Not sure the exact time frame, but it's definitely not been long enough for her to have this major connection with Fatima, unless she knows something that we don't know, right? So now we get into the Fatima not being pregnant. Well, at least that's what they say. I am still team no baby, but I know there are a lot of content creators. Shout out to Julie B, who does her own breakdowns, and she thinks there's an entity, right? So she's team entity, I'm team no baby. We're going to find out whether there's a baby or not. But she had this long talk with Ellis, right? Heartfelt talk where she was telling him, don't worry, you need to stand by her. And I'm paraphrasing here. I love a good love story. When Ellis was like, why do you care? I love a good love story.
Whatever you need. Well, it may not be much, but I'm here.
I'm sorry, but why? I mean, you barely know us.
I'm old and I have cancer. I like a good love story. That work for you?
Yeah. Yeah, that works fine.
Come
on. Okay. Maybe you do, right? Maybe you do. I think personally, going back to the tarot cards, that maybe she's seen something in the tarot cards, or maybe because she brought him out. It wasn't the first time she's probably done tarot cards, right? Like when she's reached from. She may have done them in private by herself, whatever. And I think she may have seen things that knew things that was going to happen. But the last thing to me is that even in death, she was as suspect as could be.
No! You have to run.
Oh my God.
Where is Fatima going to run to? Where is she going to run to? This is what I'm saying. It's like you sat there and you said you need to run. Where? Now, again, when I was on Julie B. Deep's live stream, it was kind of said that maybe she realized that the town would turn against her and that Fatima had to get out of there. I can completely understand that. But again, where's she going to run to? The caves? They don't know about the cellar that Elgin found, right? So where's Fatima gonna run to, right? I don't know. Like, why do you tell Fatima she needs to run? And I hope we get information from that. But to me, it just seems like Tillie knew what was going to happen and she maybe foreseen it or something like that. And she knew that she had to be the first sacrifice because Fatima never killed anybody before, right? We seen her eating rotten food. I forgot about that. I almost forgot about that. Fatima was caught eating rotten food by Tillie, right? She went out there, she grabbed that pail of food and she was munching down. And Tillie, as we see in one of these pictures here, was putting clothes up on a hanger and peeped over and saw her. There we go, that picture. Peeped over and saw Fatima eating rotten food and didn't tell nobody. Like, not a soul. And then came up with a story about, oh, don't worry about it. When I was pregnant, I used to lick eggshells. If I'm not mistaken, licking eggshells and eating rotten food are totally different things. 100% rotten food should have made Fatima as sick as hell. Like it could have killed her. She didn't even tell Alice, right? So she kept that secret with her for however long, or up until her death, to be honest with you, because she didn't tell nobody. So that to me is another suspect moment. But like I said, towards the end, when she tells Fatima to run, there's no place for her to run. There's no place for her to hide. So for those reasons, even in death, I think Tillie is just as suspect as we thought she was. And I don't believe that her story is over. I think I don't think she's gonna come back as a monster or anything like that, but I do think that she may be like a Father Kotri or the bartender, right? Come back as a spirit like that. Will she come back as a spirit for Ellis? Will she come back as a spirit for Fatima? I don't know. But I definitely think that she will be back, and I don't think that her story is over. So, people in the chat, let me know. Am I completely wrong? Do you agree with me? I would like to know if you guys still think Tillie is as suspect as we thought she was. Thank you, everybody, for checking out my video. I do appreciate it. There will be more videos to come, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Hit the like button if you like the content, because the more subscribers I get, the more likes I get. It's easier for me to sit here and make these videos, because at one point I was just making videos for myself, but now people are actually checking out the stuff that I do, and I appreciate that. So please, as I said, hit the like button if you like the content, subscribe to the channel. Peace, love, and hair grease, and I will see you on the next video.